Good afternoon, welcome again to Island Up in Sport. Today I'm at the fire station in Cayman Brac. And guess what? I'm gonna talk to a gentleman who's the chief of fire in the Brac, Mr. Whitney Tatum. I'm not here to we're gonna touch on fire a little bit, but I'm here to talk about sports and community service. I heard good things about this gentleman in terms of football. I was told that he scored a lot of goals, but also he kind of missed some too. Anyway, we're gonna find out a little about his life in terms of sports and community service, as I said. I'm then ready to hear welcome. Mr. Tatum, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me about your early life. You grew up in the Brac?
Yes, sir, I did.
And tell me about growing up in the Brac as early life. Some people say the Brac is too laid back. How did you find it?
I found the Brac to be a perfect place to be raised.
A perfect place to be raised. And you were always involved in sports?
Yes, sir.
And tell me about that.
I always loved football. It was always very enjoyable. We used to play football in the road, first of all. Then we had a little field made in spot there in the back of the old post office, which was on a, it's got a 45-degree angle that we used to play on. Then we used to go to the high school to play football in the evening times after the school was closed. Once we got there, sometimes you had to hitch a ride there, you had to or jump on your bicycle and ride. Once you got there, then we got on the field and that's where we would play our football. We had a coach, Mr. Ex-Fire, Marcelo Rich, that was an excellent coach. He went over to off to Brazil for 1 month doing training in came back, and he was a coach that was a steadfast coach. He didn't play around. If you didn't train, you didn't play.
Yeah.
And that was one of the values we had with our team, the 1999.
No, I don't want you to touch the 1919 because we're gonna go we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Because I heard something about the 1919 which I have to ask you. But did you play in the old theatre? Did you play in the theatre? I heard that the theatre area was a place for football. Did you go there?
The theatre watching place.
Yeah, did you?
Yes, occasionally we would go down there and play some football there, but most of our football were played spot in the road, right in front of, up around the turnaround.
You keep mentioning spot bay. You're a spot bay person?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
100% spot bay.
100% spot bay.
No
To the
cheese.
east.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I remember earlier you sponsored a tournament with Sassy in association with Sassy. You came and the tournament was actually yours, where the youngsters play and so on, and you present to them. You want to tell me a little about that?
Yeah, I did that for the youngsters to give back something to the community, because I feel that, anyone that once you can afford to assist with the younger kids, give them back what we didn't have nowadays is the best way to do for your community. Always to give back something,
Yeah.
And I did it for quite a few seasons. I asked the coach not to mention in the highlight, I didn't even want to mention it in this video, but I will since you asked the question.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure to sit in the stands and see the kids playing. The fields that they got now, we now have nothing like that,
Yeah.
So some of us used to have play bare feet.
Okay.
I know my first pair of football shoes was a pair of Patrick's that my grandfather bought me. And when I got them, I think Father recalled the first time I slept in those shoes.
Wow. So what you're basically saying is that what these kids are enjoying, the privilege of that. Where your day did you get to travel as a kid, like to Grand and play football like how they're doing it now?
No, sir. We didn't have this type of opportunity at all. Most of the travel in the Grand Cayman was when I used to be in track and field. I used to run.
Right.
Yeah, when you were going to school, we run. We had a gentleman from Jamaica by the name of Leon Jackson that we used to that were there for us. They had also a gentleman before with Mr. Gerald Harper, which I didn't have much time with Mr. Harper, but Leon Jackson was the one that we came in to play when we were running, and yeah, that's how we started out. But again, get back to the kids with sports. I feel that anyone in the community that can assist with the kids, give time, finances, or whatever you can do. It's better to see them on the football field or into sports playing than out in the community being mischievous or whatever. You have to be very helpful and give back to your community, no matter what it is.
Yes. That's so good to hear. and sports can bring them in a direction that is positive
Yes, sir.
also. I saw you got some award, the Employee of the Deputy Governor Award, Employee of the Month 2015, and Chief Officers Award 2015. 2015 was a good year for you in terms of those awards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every year is a good year.
Every year is a good year.
As far as I'm concerned. But
You want to tell us about those awards?
oh, I was very surprised with that award.
Okay.
Yeah, everything that I do, I don't do things looking reward from it. I'm just a dedicated, committed government employee.
Yeah.
And it was some things that I honestly went out of my way for us to get here for the RAP. It was a fire training ground that we needed, and I really was behind it 100%.
Yes.
And when it materialized, I really could sit back and look and say, well, you know, and it wasn't all about me one involved with it, it was basically the whole team, but I was the driver,
Yeah.
you know, behind it so we could use it, and we still use it up to today. It's been upgraded from where we was to today.
Okay.
We have to use it every 3 months to do the quarter training for the fire service.
Okay.
That is a competency that we must maintain.
Yes. I'm going to touch an area now, sir, that I want you to speak extensively on this area because I was amazed about the 1999 Cayman Brac football team, where it was said that they didn't lose a match, and you won the league some.
Yeah,
you did lose a match, and you tell me about the era you play, what you can remember with that team. Tell me about that game situation, because they said that you went down on Saturday and played Saturday and Sunday and then you come back over.
Yes, sir.
Really rough. Tell me extensively about 1990.
1999, we formed a team in Cayman Brac to join the league in Grand Cayman. And we had a coach then of again, Mr. Marcelo Rich, and his other, I don't remember exactly who was, Mr. Casey Conley was involved with it too. And we would have to travel on be to the airport 5 o'clock on Saturday mornings, go to Cayman.
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock, yeah, go to Cayman, play a 3 o'clock game, turn around, play a 2 o'clock game or a 3 o'clock game again on Sunday, and come back Sunday nights. And believe you me, it was very rough on us, you know, but we did it, we won all the games. The last game, I'll never forget, we were down 1-0. We were down 1-0 and we had about 5 minutes left. And me and Raymond Holston, which works at Public, Raymond was a big part of the game, the team. And I scored the equalizer and Raymond scored the winner.
Okay.
And we went through that tournament undefeated. And believe you me, when we came back that Sunday night on the jet didn't used to get in until like after 10 in the night. Then we walked off the plane with that trophy coming to Cayman Brac. It was like we had won the World Cup.
Your people?
Yeah, the whole team came back that night and we brought the trophy with us, knowing that we went through a team whole season.
Right.
And we had to play back-to-back games.
Yes. That is, I just can't imagine you playing those games undefeated, playing at the airport 5 o'clock. That means you must get up from something like 3:34. There, go to Grand, play those games.
Yeah.
How did the community take it in terms of the joy and so on?
It was very receptive when we came back with the people knowing that we had went to Cayman and won that competition. We had a lady in Grand Cayman. She had passed away now, but Miss Sister Connolly. She was such a supportive fan for us that lady did everything. That's Mr. Casey Connolly's mom.
Yes.
She did everything that she could think about doing for the Cayman Football Club. She would wash our uniform. She was there for every game. I mean, everything that you could think about, Miss Conley did for the Cayman Football Club.
So we should have known those persons because
yes,
and the names should have.
And I honestly said before that I think that the field and the bluff should have been named Miss Sister Conley's football field because of the support that she had for the Cayman Brac sport. When we went over to Grand Cayman.
Early days.
Or in the early days.
Especially the 1990s. And I should say, I believe, what I understand is that the 99 team is the only team that have ever won.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the 99 team is the only team that ever won a trophy or won a league for Cayman Brac.
As far as I recall.
As far as I can recall.
Yeah.
No other senior team have done it. or even juniors
I'm not-
to be in terms of U8 or anything like that?
I'm not sure about that, but I know for sure in 1919 we won that, and we should have went up to the first division,
Yeah.
but the Hades decided we would stay in the second.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I have to go and do a major research on it because the part that I get, or what I found, is that the 1919 is a team that has won and no other team before or after have really won any trophy as we speak. But as I said, I have to go and do my research. Don't hold me to it on this video, but I'll go and do my research and tell you. You can remember some of your the players and how many goals they scored in that team, because as I said, that's really knowledge.
Yeah, we had players like Elton Martin that works with
Right.
now.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Elton Martin, Mitchum Sanford, the sports director. Mr.
Which one was about that thing?
Yeah, Mr. Case,
Okay.
Mr. Case Conley, Mr. Marcelo Rich he was a coach.
Yes.
Raymond Hudston, and then we had a mixture of some other nationalities that played with us, that was living on the island, that would travel across the Grand Cayman with us.
And those were the hard days, you say, because things is kind of easier now.
Yeah, things was very difficult then. And we,
Yeah. All right. You keep mentioning a community. You keep saying Spot Bay, and I said you seem like a very, very, very proud Spot Bay person. Tell me about your involvement with Spot Bay in terms of assisting older persons and the Spot Bay community.
Well, I'm on the Spot Bay committee. You have myself, Miss Liz Walton, Miss Sharon Banks, Miss Tanya Mortimer, Mr. Ron Rankin, Jason McLaughlin, and Dudley Dixon. And what we do is we go around in the communities, especially with the older people birthdays, doing presentations to them, and just doing a whole decorative thing for Spot Bay. If you guess it, you get on the big turn board of Spot Bay, you see a big sign, welcome to Spot Bay.
Yes.
And we have a young man out here that is also living in Spot Bay. His father was a pastor here, Philip Turner, that has really been a big part of the decoration of Spot Bay. But yes, I'm 100% with that. I don't live there now, I moved out, but I just bought purchased my grandmother's house from the farm with me, my two sons, renovated it, and believe you me, if it were left to me, I would be living there right now, but
Yeah, because why I'm laughing in such a way that it's kind of unique in Cayman Brac. You will find someone living in the West now, like a person, as they said, may bought a house in the West, but that person will tell you that I'm a Spot Bayer.
oh yeah.
I'm from East. I remember I once wanted to put on a football game. I was trying to play East versus West, and it couldn't come off because the person who live on the west side is telling me that they are playing for East, they are playing for Spot Bay.
Yeah.
So that is what you hold on to.
Yes, sir. I'm a very proud Spot Bay.
That way, and tell me about assisting older persons, as you said, in terms of.
Yeah, we go around to the older person, like I said, any assistance that we can do for them. Miss Liz Walton is the chairman of the Spot Bay committee, and she go out there and we got a WhatsApp group, and she'll WhatsApp and say that, this individual birthday is this or whatever. We go out there and we just go to find out from the families first of all, because some families, you have to be mindful and careful, and then we just go out there and go to their homes and have their birthday parties and food basket and gifts and different stuff, and then anyone that call for assistance, we do whatever we can do.
Good. I couldn't come here and do not touch a little on fire. You are the chief in Cayman Brac. How do you find the position? How do you find the job?
Oh well, the position is. I'm very proud of being the divisional manager for here at Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. We got wonderful staff that work with me.
Yeah.
And we do what we do to protect the Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. Little Cayman, we work with 4 people here in the Brac, we work with 30 odd.
Okay.
But we do what we have to do with what we got, and at the end of the day, like the older people say, when the rubber hit the road, I don't see there's no other team can come together and get the job done like we can do here.
Yeah.
My team is very committed and dedicated, hard working.
Mr. Whitney, I must tell you, Mr. Tatum, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a very short interview in a sense, but the specifics are out. You know, I always want to hear about that 99 team. And Mr. Whitney Tatum name. These are when you do interview with others and the names keep coming up, you have to search and find these these people because they have contributed. What it means is that the 99 team was so good. He was the striker up front and he explained everything and he even mentioned that the field should be named and
Mrs. O'Connor.
yeah, because of the work that she has done. This is we are trying to mix community service with sports to get these interview out. I believe personally that the Brac deserve it. People have served, people are here. I'm first time coming in the fire station in this area. Actually, I'm talking to the
I'm actually divisional manager
yes,
for the Sister Islands.
for the sister island.
Yeah, for Cayman Brac, Cayman.
Let okay, man.
Not the chief. The chief is in Grand Cayman.
The chief, oh, there you get it. Alright, so then again, I'm then where to Haiti. Again, this is Island Updates, but you need to subscribe. More interviews will be coming your way in this manner. Work, community service, sports. That's what we're gonna do. Alright? Take care and go on the channel, man, and subscribe, as I said before. Until then, Jai.